The Galactic Council's newest members, the Zealothi, strutted into the assembly hall with the confidence of apex predators. Their crystalline bodies refracted light into dazzling patterns, their natural armor impervious to most known weapons. They'd conquered 17 systems in under a decade, and now they sought legitimacy through council membership. "We claim the human-occupied systems in Sector 7, Ambassador Krex announced, his voice resonating through harmonic crystals. "The species there is unimpressive. No natural weapons, fragile biology, requiring constant maintenance. We'll relocate them humanely." Elder Vorthak of the Mendari leaned forward, his ancient eyes carrying the weight of centuries. "The Council advises against this action." "Why?" Krex's form shifted to display amusement. "What could these humans possibly do? They bruise from minor impacts. They require sleep for a third of their life cycle. They can't even survive their own planet's variations without artificial covering." He gestured dismissively. "We've studied them. No claws, no armor, no acid secretions. They're practically designed for extinction." A ripple of uncomfortable silence passed through the elder species. The Corvani delegate's tentacles writhed nervously. The Threnodai ambassador's color shifted to warning patterns. They all remembered, even if the Zealothi were too young to know. "Tell me," Elder Vorthak said carefully, "what makes a species truly powerful?" Krex laughed, a sound like breaking glass. "Strength, speed, natural defenses, the ability to dominate one's environment." "Then explain Earth." The human homeworld appeared on the holographic display. Krex studied it, confused. "What about it?" "It's a standard Class M planet. Moderate radiation, acceptable gravity, diverse biomes." "Look closer," Vorthak insisted. "The polar regions reach temperatures that would shatter your crystalline structure. The deserts would dehydrate you in hours. The oceans contain pressures that would crush most species, yet humans dive them for recreation. Storms that generate energy equivalent to fusion bombs. Predators that should have eliminated any prey species. Microorganisms that constantly evolve to kill them." Krex's harmonic tone wavered. "They must have evolved powerful defenses." "They evolved something far more dangerous," the Corvani delegate interjected, speaking for the first time in decades. "They evolved the ability to suffer and continue." The display shifted to show human history. Wars that decimated continents, yet they rebuilt. Plagues that killed millions, yet they developed medicine. Natural disasters that leveled cities, yet they returned and built them stronger. When the Skarn invaded human colonies in 2387, Vorthak continued, they used biological weapons that would have exterminated any other species. The humans lost 60% of their population in those systems. He paused. "Do you know what happened next?" Krex remained silent. "The survivors developed immunity, not through genetic engineering or advanced technology, but through sheer biological stubbornness. Their immune systems learned, adapted, overcame. The Skarn's weapons became useless within a generation. Then the humans shared that immunity with every species the Skarn had ever threatened." The display showed more examples. Humans on high-gravity worlds, their bones growing denser. Humans in low-oxygen environments, their blood cells multiplying. Humans exposed to radiation, developing resistance that baffled xenobiologists. "We call it resilience," a new voice said. Ambassador Catherine Rodriguez entered the chamber, her presence unremarkable compared to the exotic alien forms. Middle-aged, wearing a simple suit, she looked fragile next to Krex's crystalline magnificence. "You see weakness where you should see endurance." She walked to the center, her movements careful but confident. "You're right, Ambassador Krex. We have no natural weapons. We evolved something better, the ability to make tools. No natural armor? We learned to make clothing, then spacesuits, then powered armor. No claws? We made everything from stone knives to plasma cutters." Catherine smiled, and somehow that expression made several delegates shift uncomfortably. "But our real superpower? We don't die easily. We break, yes. We bleed, absolutely. We feel pain constantly. But we get back up. Every single time. The Threnodai learned this when they tried to claim Mars, she continued. Humans had been there for 50 years, struggling in dome cities, losing people to radiation, mechanical failures, depression from the isolation. The Threnodai thought they'd surrender quickly. She glanced at the Threnodai ambassador. How long did the siege last? 17 years. The ambassador admitted, colors shifting to embarrassment. You ate fungus. You recycled everything, including your dead. You should have surrendered in months. It made no logical sense. Humans on Kepler 442b survived their sun's radiation surge. Another delegate added. The Valari on the same planet extinct within days. The humans? They went underground, adapted, and emerged stronger. The broken colony, Elder Vorthak said quietly. Tell him about the broken colony. Catherine's expression grew somber. Mining accident on asteroid KX-7. 60 humans trapped in a collapsed tunnel system. No food after day 3. Water ran out on day 7. Oxygen should have been depleted by day 9. She paused. Rescue teams found 58 survivors on day 21. They'd learned to extract moisture from the rocks, created a micro-ecosystem using their own waste, and rationed oxygen by entering voluntary comas in shifts. Krex's crystalline form had dimmed considerably. That's impossible. That's human, Catherine corrected. We're not impressive until we need to be. Push us and we adapt. Break us and we heal stronger. Try to exterminate us and we become immune. We don't conquer the galaxy because we're too busy surviving whatever it throws at us. She looked directly at Krex. So please claim our systems. Attack our colonies. We've been comfortable for too long anyway. Nothing helps humans evolve faster than a new threat to overcome. The Zealothi ambassador stood frozen, his crystalline form reflecting the horrified understanding dawning within. Around him, elder species who had learned this lesson generations ago watched with something between pity and relief. Motion to claim human systems withdrawn. Krex announced, his harmonics subdued. As the assembly dispersed, Elder Vorthak approached the shaken Zealothi. You asked what makes a species truly powerful. Now you know. It's not about being unbreakable. It's about being broken repeatedly and choosing to heal every time. Catherine Rodriguez returned to her seat, pulling out a thermal flask of coffee. A toxic substance to most species that humans drank for pleasure. She'd made her point without firing a shot, without raising her voice, without displaying any force beyond the quiet certainty of human endurance. The Zealothi would spread the word to other young species. Humans weren't impressive in their strengths. They were terrifying in their refusal to acknowledge their weaknesses as limitations. And that was why the galaxy had learned to respect human resilience. Not because humans couldn't be broken, but because breaking them only made them more creative about surviving.